Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Way of the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka Mini Wargamer Kris, aka The Name Butcher, aka not a lot of AKs. Way of the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. Usually delves into a lot of painting talk and a lot of what's under the sun. And so, if you're new to this show, be prepared. As we usually ramble off topic quite often. And of course, whenever you need to ask a question, feel free to ask whatever sort of question you have, comes into your mind. You're brand new to this hobby. You have no idea what the heck to do. Feel free to ask your questions. You can ask your questions in the chat right now if you're attending live. And of course, you can always send me an email, chris@miniwargaming.com. It's in the description below, along with all the other links to other stuff, such as the Facebook page and Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, Discord. Oh, the Discord chat. We've got a Discord chat going on. You can join us there. We're talking all the time and having fun, sharing stuff. Something funny happened to the way I had all this set up, and so I can't quite show it right now, but you'll have to believe me. There is a Discord channel. It's in the link below. And of course, the monkeys and I have been talking all week, and we've been, well, not all week. We've been ever since I started, about 2 weeks ago, I think. It was suggested I start it, and so I did. And of course, if anybody caught when I did the gameplay video of playing some old school StarCraft, I also had the Discord chat program up running there. And of course, it's free. Join and and just sitting there and talk away and share your stories and get to know you and all that good stuff. And of course, monkeys joining me today are Tero Silvast. Wow, I think we're going to make it in time to witness this live. Well, welcome, Tero Silvast. Naglarath, hello. Knitfink, hello everyone. Serious like you do you dar. Hello, Lord Krabby, sup. Lord of Midges, I have come for lubening of a lifetime. What? It's a Lubageddon. On Way of the Brush 164. Whew, she's hot in the studios today, so I look extra sweaty. That's okay. Because, like I said, man, air conditioners. It seems to be just one of those topics that for some people, I don't know. They just don't like turn the air conditioner on, and it's like 50 degrees outside. Moosehead Painting, hello, monkeys and Kris. Hello, Tolo. He's late. Yes, I was late again. Like I said, for some strange reason, things got switched around on me, and yeah, I don't know. It's just very frustrating. Windows does things without your permission, and and then of course it wasn't entirely Windows. It was also this other program I use, XSplit, and I click save, and it saves over a project that was already established, and so I had to rebuild this entire layout of the show. So, very annoying. Who else is on? Clumsy Jumbler, Jumbly Cluzzer, Clumsy Jugular. Doran Jr., I need some lube. I have an imperial fisted over. I have been imperially fisted over the last 24 hours. I can't read today. I don't know what it is. Seriously, Lucky Dar. Hello. How's it going, monkeys and Kris? It is going well. Greenleaf Terrain. Wow. So beautiful. Wow. Armor Freak. Guess I have to take a break from Gothic and get some assembly done. Yeah. Well, you playing some Gothic? Were you playing online? Were you playing like the computer version, or were you playing actual tabletop? Either way, it's cool. Just wanted to know. Lord of Midgets, imperially fisted sounds painful. You should have asked the Emperor's children instead. Yeah, they do it with more care and more love and more experience. Graham Tetchler, good morning, Kris. Good morning. Seriously, like you, Discord is pumping. Discord's pumping. It's pumping. Yeah, I don't. Is that good? That it's pumping? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Or maybe I don't want to know what it means. I don't know. Either way. But I mean, Discord has been great. There's a whole bunch of us in there, and I'm sure a whole bunch of you already, are already sitting in the chat live, and just talking away. Of course, I have the chat for the show as well, and shouldn't discourage people from joining live as well, especially for the first time viewers. Lord Krabby working on Gilliman, priming and assembling him. Cool. Serious like you are. I got Gilliman. Probably never use. LOL. Might make a conversion out of him. Well, if you make a conversion out of him, be sure to send pictures. And if you don't use him, why not? From what I understand, he's really, really awesome. Kevin Cabal, good morning, Chris and fellow monkeys from soggy, foggy Vancouver Island. Heat is no problem here today. No, heat's not a problem there. No, I'd imagine not. It's usually a lot of rain in Vancouver along the west coast of North America, like that whole Seattle scene in Vancouver, because they're basically, not like right next to each other, but they're pretty close together from what I understand. And yeah, it's quite rainy there. But I understand it, like you guys really don't get too much winter. Whereas around these parts, we can get some pretty darn cold winters, like freeze your nostril hairs inside your face kind of stuff. Like, where I'm from up north in northern Ontario, oh yeah, you can get buried in snow and frozen. Did you ever watch Day After Tomorrow? Remember when everybody was like frozen still and everything like that? That's what can happen to you up there. And you're frozen and you're stuck in that position, and they're not going to find you until the next ice age thawing kind of thing. Armor Freak was just playing some campaign in the PC game Horst and his always needing help. Okay, so you were playing. Okay, well, man, we're gonna have to play some more. We're gonna have to play some more games. We're gonna play some more StarCraft. We're gonna have to play some more Battlefleet Gothic. Of course, I have my Dawn of War, and there's some other stuff on Steam. There's a whole bunch of sales right now. It looks like the Dawn of War was on sale as well. Steam sent me an email saying, buy more Dawn of War. And so I was, maybe I will, because it's like 75% off. Mini Wargamer Josh, good morning, you damn dirty apes. Josh, you're right there. What the hell? You just shut.
I don't have to stand, though.
No?
No, it's a lot of work.
Yeah. That's some pretty weak sauce there, Josh. Marco Ferris, morning guys. Working from home so I can tune in. Anthony B, WTF is winter. What the fun is winter? Winter is when the temperature decreases to colder temperatures, and the ambient moisture in the air collects and freezes in the air, and then begins to fall as frozen icicles, essentially for little pellets of frozen ice, and it gathers on the ground and builds up, and because it's so cold, it doesn't melt, and so it just stays there as frozen icicles, essentially. Or were you being rhetorical? Mark Hill, hi guys, hi Chris, hello. G squared, hey you monkeys, better late than never, better late than never. Kevin Cabal, midwinter is a good thing, makes up for lack of summer we do get sometimes here. Marco Ferris, mini working with Josh, good lord, wash that mouth out. Wash that mouth out. Do you wash your mouth out, Josh? Ever?
You guys called you guys damn dirty apes.
Damn dirty apes. You got to do it like Charlton Heston, no. Come on, give us your best Charlton Heston.
No, not yet. You gotta pay for that one.
You gotta pay for that. Are you kidding me? You truly are the king of kings.
That's just Troy McClure.
Yeah, but he's imitating Charlton Heston. But yeah. You damn dirty apes. Oh, I'll have to work on my Charlton Heston. Kevin Cabal, midwinter is a good thing, makes up for the lack of summer we do get sometimes here. Sometimes. Lord of Midgets, buffering for anybody else? I don't know. Is it buffering? I'm not. Oh, yeah, I do see some buffering going on here. I see one thing here. It's playing live, but I see another one that's buffering. Very interesting. I don't know. Let's refresh. Refresh. Yeah, no, it's working. Let's stop it, though. It doesn't need to be on. Actually, this one doesn't need to be on either. It just kind of is my indicator if anything messes up that I can see what's going on and stuff, right? So, where are we in these comments here? Tolo, they just found a couple missing hikers from 75 years ago frozen into a glacier. Ugh. Armor Freak, yeah, Steam sale on GW games right now. Cool. Dark Commission, hey chaps, what's up? Kevin Cabal, Chris, that was the best explanation of snow ever. Well, because, I mean, you know, you see enough of it, you learn how to describe it properly, right? So, Anthony B, I live in Vegas, so winter here is extremely mild to say the least. I'd imagine so. I'd imagine. I'm like, are you born and raised in Vegas? Because, yeah, you probably seen snow like maybe once in your life, maybe. I know it snowed in Texas like a few years back, but I don't know if any of that would have carried on your way or anything like that. Because you guys are not too far from the mountains and everything like that. So, because oftentimes you have that whole weather pattern, it comes right off the mountains. Like I know in the prairies of Canada, it's a real wicked winter storm when it comes off the mountains and it just goes right across the prairies and basically everybody's frozen in place, kind of stuff. It's like carbonite. Where are we? Dr. Zantos, hello. Marco Ferris, I like how we were discussing weather. This is a good adulting, everyone. Well, he asked, and you made the comment, and I mean, you know, yeah, it's like I said, way of the brush. It could be we're going to talk painting, but we're also going to talk about everything under the sun, including weather, which happens to be under the sun. So there is that. We probably should just jump right to the emails, which I think we will, if I can ever get my mouse to work here. Oh, this is one of those days. Let's do an email. I caught the end of it. I don't know what the heck happened there. Email time. Email time. This one is from Andrew. Hey Chris, first time emailing. Would love some CNC on the Angels Sanguine. Sanguine? So here is his Primaris Marines. I love Primaris Marines. These guys look pretty darn cool. I like the interesting skin tone on the dude here. Can we zoom in lots? Ooh, we can too. Nice gold helmets. Yeah, very interesting, kind of palish, kind of vampire-esque kind of skin tone, I guess. I think the color scheme works. It's nice and neat. I like how you have the bi-color scheme going on. Bifold? No. What the hell is that called? When it's bifurcated? Is that what it is? Is that the word I'm looking for? Anyway. Bolt guns. Could drill out the barrels of the bolt guns. I think your edge highlighting is pretty good. I think what you might need to do is get a sharper detail brush so that you can really capture some of those brighter edges, because I know like some of these edges here is just a little bit thick, but I mean that's a minor nitpicking. I think otherwise the color scheme works really, really well. I like the highlighting on both of the red and the black. The black, I think going with colors like Incubi Darkness and what the heck is the other color? Dark Reaper, I think are other fun ways to highlight black. Especially when you are going for black and you want to just capture just those edges, and you want to leave the black primarily alone. You really want to just have very short, shallow highlights on black, because again, when you start to throw too many highlights on, then the eye starts to see those value changes. Like for example, like on the shoulder pad here, see how it kind of looks like a really kind of light gray going on there. And so when you are, and it's even on the backpack, see how like it starts to feel more like a light gray with a heavy shadow, rather than being black with a very thin shadow, or highlight, I should say. So yeah, but otherwise, I think it looks great. I like the color scheme. I like that you're you went with the challenge of going with this bifurcated color scheme across the torso and because I know that's very hard, because I mean, like, you do the torso and you do the middle, but then, you know, like the other bits, like you gotta, like, you know, you gotta know where the middle is, kind of thing, right? So you know that as he turns, that center line is going to change, and I like that you paid attention to that. And yeah, oh yeah, another one is too the mold lines. The mold lines. I know, evil mold lines. But otherwise, great job. Awesome job. Like I said, like, it's really just kind of nitpicky kind of stuff. I like the color scheme. Overall, I mean, these look great on the tabletop. I'm sure they look fantastic. And yeah, so great job. Thank you for sending the email. And of course, you know, feel free to always send me emails, because, you know, I do enjoy them, and, you know, it gives me something to do, gives me something to look at. And, you know, I wouldn't do the show if I didn't get emails. And so, you know, thank you for sending that in. Sorry, I'm just rearranging crap here. There we go. Trying to get comfy, you know, because, you know, that's number one in productivity, right? Is comfort. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my next email ready here, which is going to be from Johan. We'll say Johan, because I'm usually probably pretty wrong about these things. And this is from Johan. This is regarding Demonets of Slaanesh. Hey Chris, my name is, I'm going to say Johan, and I'm relatively new to painting hobby of 40k. I'm watching this stuff from Mini Wargaming on YouTube for a while now, and have been subscribing to your YouTube channel recently. I really enjoy your show and tips. Keep up the cool work. Thank you. I am writing to you because I would like to hear your opinion on how to paint the Demonets of Slaanesh, as shown in the web store of GW. I can't seem to find any good tutorials explanations for exactly this color setting. I attach some images from the web store. All the tips I find on the internet are always more into the direction of Xeris purple, but I really like the pink red tone. I'm planning to use this for my Dark Elder, but the first thing I need to get things right, I tried using base coat of Screamer Pink and shades of Null Oil, but with different results. Maybe I was on the right way, but doing things wrong. I hope you can give me a few hints. Thanks in advance for reading this and maybe even responding. Best wishes from Germany. And so he's got a few pictures here of the color scheme. Now, this is an older color scheme, I do believe. Or maybe this is the current color scheme. Let's have a quick look here. This is... can we get it this way? Yeah, we get it this way. There we go. So, this is the color scheme we're talking about here. And a lot of the things... he says are Xeris purple for that hair and the skin tone. Now the skin tone, it does look a bit like Xeris purple. How exactly they're bringing that tone up? Yeah, that's... because it almost looks like they're going with something like, see, if this is... and again, it's judging by the color of the monitor, it almost looks like it's like Gene Stealer purple with Druchii violet in the shades, and then highlighted up with looks like almost like Fenris gray, and then Pallid Witch Flesh, which seems like a lot of steps. Is this the current iteration of these models, or is this an old version of these models? I can't ever tell. He said from the web store, so these got to be the current version. Yeah, for the skin tones, for the hair, that looks like Screamer Pink with a heavy load of possibly Carbor Crimson or Druchii Violet, and then with highlights up with Screamer Pink up to probably, what is that color? Changeling Pink, that's it. But it has a very pale tone, so it actually makes me think that they used Demonet Gray, I believe it's called. What the hell is that called? Slaanesh Gray, that's it. Slaanesh Gray. And in fact, the skin tone could actually possibly be this Slaanesh Gray. It's actually kind of hard to say exactly what color scheme, like what colors they use and what combinations. It all depends. Because I know, like, for a lot of stuff, they've kind of changed how they go about, doing like their color schemes and things like that. I know like in recent years, it's all been all about, making the paint jobs very achievable, right? And so let's see here. I'm just going into the Games Workshop site and hosts the Slaanesh. Where are those demons? Sorry, I'm just looking up where exactly these demons. Now, see, what they show here, as far as on the website, which is completely different. It's the same models, but a completely different paint job. And they recommend Demonette Hide, Druchii Violet, Warp Fiend Gray, and then Slaanesh Gray with Praxeti White, which is the dry compound. Which looks like they're talking about the flesh tones for that. Which I would actually believe Demonette Hide. Yeah, because that's that deeper purple. Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's the Demonette Hide that gives it that slight purpley gray tone. And then you hit it with that Druchii Violet, which will push that purplish reddish tone into the shadows. And then you highlight with Warp Fiend Gray. And then finish it off with Slaanesh Gray. And that will give you those light gray, purpley gray tones. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, oftentimes on the website they'll have, if you scroll down, they'll have the swatch that they use for their color schemes. So hopefully that helps, Rongmos. Johan. Hopefully that helps, answers your question, and hopefully gets you started on your models. So again, it's the colors they're using is Demonette Hide, Druchii Violet, Warp Fiend Gray, Slaanesh Gray, and then white. Praxeti White, which is the dry compound, giving it a light dry brush. For the hair, I would assume that is Screamer Pink, and then probably with the light grays coming up. They don't describe the hair, actually. They just describe just the flesh tone. I'd assume is the flesh tone, because that's how it looks. It's these really dark kind of grays going on with kind of bright white highlights. Where are we in the comments? Anthony B, I was born in Tahoe, so I know what snow is, but I've lived here for 15 so years, forgotten what snow is like. Ha ha ha. You come into Wargaming Con in January. Wargaming Con? No, not that I know of. I'm not even sure what Wargaming Con is. What's Wargaming Con? The only one, like I've mentioned this previously in other shows. If you guys know of conventions and stuff gatherings that are going on like all over the place, send me the links to them, because maybe I'll attend sometime and check them out. But yeah, Wargaming Con, I'm not familiar with that one. Yeah, send me a link to it. Rush Sandbags, haven't read the new Super Flyer Eldar flyer rules from Forza. Are they any good? How about the Super Heavy? The rules for the Super Heavy Flyer for Eldar, the Vampire Raider and Hunter, basically what they did was they gave it a negative 12-inch to hit. Which basically, so if anything's shooting at it, say 24 inches away, you have to knock off 12 inches off that range. And so basically either out of range or, you don't get the rapid fire or anything like that. So basically anything that shoots 24 has to be within 12 of the model, which is, pretty good. It basically makes it immune to flamer fire, because most flamers are in that 12 to 8 inch range kind of thing. Also Meltas and stuff. Also Meltas won't get their benefits or anything like that, unless they're standing on the model, which is kind of physically impossible. But it's a big Super Heavy Flyer, right? And it's it's this big giant thing flying around. Because the next tournament that I was going to attend, I was going to bring my Vampire, and but apparently there's no Forge World allowed because it's OP apparently, which is ridiculous. Matthew Adami, finally a live show. There he is, Matthew. It's happening. Tolo, drill out your barrels, you heathen. Yeah, on the Sanguines, yeah. They were good otherwise. I mean, but you got to take care of those mold lines. You got to take care of those. Well, I mean, you don't have to do the barrels. It just looks really cool. It's kind of the convention these days to drill out the barrels. But, yeah. I mean, you don't have to. You can just paint a little black dot. But oftentimes it's just easier just to drill it out. And it looks, cooler. Armor Freak, bisected. That's the word, bisected. It's not an insect that goes, it's bisected. Or is it bisected? Is it bisected this way or is it this way, right? Which way is it? Which way are you bisected? Dark Commission, dichromatic? No, not dichromatic. Dichromatic is color shifting. When colors shift, they can show multiple colors. I do believe there's some long ass explanation to dichromatic, but I'm not 100% on, so I'm not going to repeat it because otherwise I'll be wrong or sound like a dummy. Marco, anyone have some solid tutorial for minor freehand stuff? What were we talking about minor freehand stuff? Like, are we talking like, say, doing a tactical icon or a chapter symbol? Because I consider those somewhat minor because oftentimes those are fairly simple. Like they're icons, right? An icon is a very simple drawing, right? It's not very complex. It's not like you're trying to paint, the Last Supper on a shoulder pad. You just want to, put this ultramarine omega symbol on the back, right? So oftentimes, yeah. But I mean, I do have a few videos on freehanding stuff. Now, it's not like, for example, when you're freehanding something, if you have the inclination to draw, if you have the ability to draw things, freehanding on a model is going to be very, very relative to you. It's going to be relatively easy. Whereas somebody who is not, it's going to take a lot of practice, especially if you can't draw. If you think you can't draw, it's going to take a lot of practice, and it's going to take some time. And so be prepared to practice. And in fact, practice drawing, practice doodling. Take your pencil and just draw the shape out that you want on a piece of paper, and then draw it 100 more times. And then you'll be ready to start drawing it onto your models. So, yeah, drawing and freehanding are very linked. So anybody you see, on the internet who is doing some really fantastic freehanding on their models, they can draw. They know how to draw. They know theories of drawing. You know what I mean? So they're very skilled. They're very adept at it, and that's why. It's not like anybody can just pick it up and do it. With time, anybody can do it, but it's not like anybody can just pick up a pencil and just start doing it. It's not that easy. You have to have the ability. You have to have that motor skill to do it. But again, it's a motor skill. I mean, you can learn it, and so. But there are many things, with getting into freehanding on a miniature, and that is, making sure that you keep your brush perpendicular to the model surface. You want to keep your paints thin, but not too thin, so they run all over the place on you and stuff. But you want to keep them thin, so you're drawing essentially like with an ink, essentially, and you're just drawing onto the model. In a nutshell, that's freehanding. Daniel L, good afternoon, all. Good afternoon. Buddy Hessels, hey Chris, you coming to Europe anytime soon? If yes, when and where? Not anytime soon. I'd love to go. I don't know. I'd probably, if I went to, like, say, the UK, I would probably have to hit up Warhammer World and stuff like that and check out those usual things. And as well as the other sites around the UK. And of course, if it was like a European thing, I mean, I definitely would have to hit, I'd have to hit Amsterdam for sure. And probably spend like a week there just to, decompress. And then everything else. I mean, everything else looks great. I mean, France, Germany. I'd love to hit Germany. Man, everywhere. Just check it all out. It's not any one particular place. In fact, it would be kind of fun just to do, like the backpack thing, right? Just backpack it and just tour everywhere and just see everything. But unfortunately, that's not really in the cards. So it'll have to be like a regular kind of trip. Go for a week or two and check out local sites and stuff like that. But yeah, The first stop probably would be the UK because I would probably end up hitting up Warhammer World and checking that out because that's one that I think would be a lot of fun. Matthew Deming, Chris, did you have a storm by you last night? And if you did, how was it? By me, the storm knocked out streetlights on the street. No, actually, I didn't hear nothing. Josh, did you hear a storm last night?
A little bit of one.
A little bit of one? Okay, a little bit of one. Apparently, it was a little bit of one. I didn't hear one, and yeah. So, but apparently we did. Apparently, kind of. G squared. Bisect or bisexual? Margot, Chris, I double dog dare you to paint the Last Supper on a shoulder pad. I double dog dare anybody to try and fit that much information that would be in the Last Supper into a shoulder pad. A shoulder pad is just so darn small. I don't even know if a printer could. I think maybe like a fine laser printer might be able to, but like a regular kind of inkjet kind of printer, I don't think an inkjet printer could do it. It's just too small. There's just way too much detail. I mean, you can give the impression of the Last Supper where you kind of lay the colors and have, you know, the nuances there, but otherwise you couldn't fit all that detail in there. It's just, that's too intense. I challenge anybody to do it, actually. I mean, some of those cats you see, they can paint like, you know, like, what was it, Starry Night by Van Gogh, and it was like on a grain of rice. And I thought that was impressive. But again, if you ever look at a Van Gogh, it's very broad brushstrokes, and, you know, it's very bold use of colors. And so it's, you know, it's very achievable, you know, if you just kind of examine it. But, yeah. Tolo, I trisected a plague bearer once and a nurgling resulted. Practice safe painting, folks. That doesn't even make any sense, Tolo. I don't get it. Lord of Midgets, Freehand is about learning shapes. Learn to paint a square and a triangle and a circle, and then paint those as you need it. Yes, essentially, that's good advice there too. To break it down into the simplest elements, right? For example, just like Lord of Midgets is saying there, if you're gonna let's do the ultramarine symbol, for example. It's essentially two little rectangles with an oblong circle, and all you got to do is come in with your base color and create another circle inside that to fill out the hollow, right? And that's it, essentially. And so, yeah, I mean that's really great, Lord. That's essentially, yeah, that's all you gotta do is just draw the shape. If you're gonna create the icons, if you're gonna go for the icons, if you're trying to go for something more complex, then yeah, you're gonna have to practice and practice and practice. But even drawing the rectangles and drawing squares and circles and triangles and, you know, trapezoids and all those other shapes, an isosceles triangle, and, you know, just getting all those shapes down. I mean, you know, that would be a great practice as well. Like I said, like an ultramarine logo, right? When you think about it, as far as breaking it down, it's two little rectangles with a circle, and then if it's a blue background, you take another blue and you create another blue circle inside of it, and bang, you have your ultramarine symbol. You know, it's that simple, really. So yeah, excellent idea, Lord of Midgets, excellent. Armor Freak, cleaning up some old brass. I'm thinking of catching a buzz off this cleaner. Thinking of it, you just sit around here, nauseous chemicals all over the place, and just, what am I gonna do today? Mow the lawn? Nah, maybe I'll catch a buzz off this cleaner. Just, you know, choices, first world problems for sure. Dr. Santos, Chris, video time. I don't get it. Is it video time? Video time. I'm confused. Matthew Demi, where is my painting tutorial by the Swedish chef? Man, people are not gonna let that one go. I do plan on doing it. I just got to get my costume together, and yeah, but I do plan on doing it. I honestly, where and when, I don't know. I think the goal will be to do it for Halloween. I think for Halloween. That way I don't look like too much of an oddball walking down the street looking like the Swedish chef on a, you know, Tuesday morning kind of thing, right? Andy Clark, when you are at work thinking, wow, Chris is doing Way the Brush during the week and realize, damn, it's Saturday. Yeah, if you're realizing it's Saturday, either you're working too much or you are hitting the drugs really hard. Might need to lay off them for a bit. Armor Freak. Will we find Kris at the Bananen bar? Bananen bar? Bananen bar? What the hell's a Bananen bar? What's a Bananen bar, Josh?
What was that?
What's a Bananen bar?
Are you pronouncing that properly?
A I don't know, Bananen bar. It's just kind of fun to say, Bananen. Bananen. Dun 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 dun. Tolo, Kris wants to take hits in Amsterdam. Yeah, why not, right? I mean, you chill out. You go to Amsterdam, chill out, right? And, you know, sit back and be groovy kind of thing. Dr. Santos, come to Finland. Oh, Finland's another fun one, yeah. I had a mechanics teacher. He was Finnish. Up northern Ontario, Sault Ste. Marie was, you know, where I come from there. Large Finnish population of folk there. But yeah, my mechanics teacher, he was Finnish. He's a good guy. Dorn Jr. in the open vault. What's that vice thing holding the orc? The vice? The vice is a jeweler's vice. For anybody who was wondering, this is just simply a jeweler's vice. It has just a little tension nut that obviously keeps the clamping action. You can also use this little bar here to grab a hold of, so it has this, you know, tension part as well, and you can kind of lock it into place. But essentially, that's all this is. It's a jeweler's vice. That's all it is. Been using it for a few years now for holding on to parts and just kind of, you know, it also has a bit of a heft to it, so it's actually kind of nice when working on, say, plastic models, because it kind of has something with some bit of weight in it, and then, you know, I can kind of comfortably paint. But yeah. Did you figure out what a Bananen bar is?
No, I'm scared of searching it.
It's a Bananen bar. Bananen. Bananen.
One of the little minions.
Bananen. 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 I can't stop saying it. Oh man. Moosehead painting. Paint the Last Supper on an Imperial Knight shoulder pad. Now, an Imperial Knight shoulder pad, you could fit the Last Supper. It's not going to be super detailed, but you definitely would get the impression that it was the Last Supper. You definitely would, you know, yeah. That could be done. Am I going to do it? Not likely. Just not something I do. But I mean, you know, if somebody wants to tackle it, go right ahead. The Welsh bloke. Hey, everybody. Hey. Armor Freak. Well, I mowed the lawn before I got buzzed on fumes. I'm semi-responsible. Armor Freak. If you make it to Amsterdam, you will find out what the bar is, Kris. LOL. Okay, so it's an Amsterdam. It's an Amsterdam. It's Ampersand. It's an Ampersand. Ampersand bar.
How drunk are you?
It's too freaking hot in here, man. It's.
I know.
Oh, I'm just like I'm sweating like a hooter in church here. Hoof.
Yep.
Hoof. Hoof. Anyway. Dr. Santos, Kris, bunker presentation video. I did send you the link in Discord. Oh. Yeah, like I said, I had a bit of trouble with Discord and the program because something changed on me and it lost the link. Remember last week I was showing Discord? Well, this week, I don't know, for some strange reason, it doesn't want to show. And where'd you send it? Oh, Dorn Jr. asking what the thing was. Yeah, for some strange reason, I had it working last week. And I don't know where it went. I don't see anything, Dr. Santos, as far as video. What are you talking about? I'm in game. Why the hell am I in games? What the hell's going on there? What the hell's going on? I don't know what's going on.
Oh God.
Oh God. Anyway, no, because when I went to go click it over, it wouldn't work, and so I don't know what the hell's going on here. I'll have to figure it out on more time. I was part of the why I'm sweating too is because I was trying to solve these little things here before the show went live. This is why I was late as well. But anyway, where are we? These comments. I don't know where I am. Serious like you are, painting the last shoulder with Kris would be a video series I pay to see. Why? Because I mean, it'd just be me imitating somebody else's work. Painting something free-handed like that. I mean, if you don't have the ability to draw, or not very well, watching somebody do it is not going to make your abilities any better. You're going to see how it was done, but you still would have to put in the practice to draw, to create those shapes, and it still comes with practice and experience. Like I see like a lot of videos and stuff like that, and it's like do these videos really help new people? And they show people like a really really lengthy processes for achieving color blends and things like that. And I mean, they're great for more advanced and intermediate folks, but like for people just starting out, and there's so many people starting out in this hobby right now that there really should be more new people friendly kind of stuff out there, and and also realistic kind of things as well, like showing people like being realistic that not everybody is going to get this right away, that it takes time and practice. And unfortunately, we don't live in an age where people want to take the time to learn something. They want it now. I want it I want this now. And a lot of people think like airbrushing is a fast track to being a good painter. It's not. It's just another tool. It still has a ton of nuance to it that takes time to learn, and it doesn't automatically make you a good painter. G squared, Bob Ross to the rescue. Okay. Matthew Demi, Way of the Brush, episode 163. This is actually 164, dude. Being semi-responsible in a Bananen bar. Bananen. Yeah, I don't know, man. Rispin, The Last Supper with the Primarchs. Now, see, that would be funny. That would be funny. That would be something to put on a shoulder pad. Is a Last Supper, you doing the Primarchs. That would actually be very funny and somehow very apt. But I mean, it just takes time. And I mean, like, for me to do something like that on a shoulder pad, to do like Last Supper on a shoulder pad, it would take time, and I probably would get very bored of it very early on, because I'm just merely imitating a piece of artwork on a shoulder pad. But doing the Primarchs would be funny. But I mean, that would require a lot of prep work to work out where everybody's going to be sitting, what position everybody's going to be in, and then to put it on. Now, if I was inclined to do it for some sort of competition or something like that, then maybe I might have the drive to finish it. But otherwise, I don't have the time or the drive and inclination to finish it, because I just don't. I mean, it's not like painting to a competition type standard is not something I value. It's not in the books for me because I don't have the time. So, yeah. Serious like you are. Luckily, I can draw. However, it's still something I like to see on a model selfishly. Yeah, I mean, like, it'd be fun to see. It'd be like one of those, things to see. But I mean, like, to do something, to do it justice, to do it well, would require a large amount of time and effort. I mean, it's something I could do, but do I really want to do it? No, not really. And do I have time to do it? No, I don't. Dr. Zanto's private message. I sent it via email to be sure. You sent it by email? Okay, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, because I didn't see it on Discord. I didn't know where you sent it on Discord, and I didn't see private messages on Discord. I'm looking at Discord here. No, I don't see anything on Discord. Dr. Santos, it always seems like you have a lot of trouble sending me messages. I don't know why that is. Where are we? Lord of Midgets, I want to see more advanced tutorials. I'm honestly sick to death of dry brush, ink, and done. I want something to challenge me. Well, okay. With quick tips, okay, the goal of those videos is not to show you how to paint something well, or even how I paint something to a higher standard, or anything like that. That's not the goal of those videos. The goal of those videos is to answer your questions and to show you a mostly efficient way to get there, in sort of obviously like a new person kind of friendly kind of way to get there. And that's it. That's quick tips. It's not, I mean, like when people talk about advanced painting techniques, there's like, once you know how to lay the color down, how to thin your colors, how to dry brush, how to glaze, how to blend, all it is varying degrees of experience that makes the difference. And the only thing that is going to change that is practice on your end. That's the only thing that's going to change, because that's the only brush techniques that we do. We only layer paints or glaze, right? When we blend, we can either wet blend or feather, and either those, I mean, you're familiar with those and you've tried them, right? But I mean, once you get better at those, then you start to do, more complex type blendings. Wet blending, same kind of thing, right? Applying two colors and letting the colors blend together. And you know what I mean? Like, advanced techniques are not any kind of particular technique. All the techniques require a certain degree of mastery, even dry brushing, right? Dry brushing is one of the first techniques that is introduced to a lot of new people, but it takes a lot of time to master and do it well and do it right and do it with the right amount of nuance. Same with layering, right? Layering is layering the paint on, but then you get into glazing, which is essentially just layering, because you're just thinning the paint down a lot and applying many, many layers. Glazing is essentially just layering. There's not that many brush techniques. There's no secret mystery to good painting. Good painting is just simply putting in the time. But in this day and age, people don't want to put in the time. And so you see fewer and fewer good painters. Anybody who, really wants to put in the time for this, and they often have a goal to, on what they want to achieve when they, show off this masterpiece that they've created. They often have a goal, they're going to enter commission painting, or they're going to apply for a job somewhere. And so they can say, well, I've won these many awards at this many competitions for my painting. I want a job here, painting statues, something like that, right? I mean, that's the only reason for it. So, yeah, I mean, unless, of course, I've lost complete perspective, which I think I have, on what advanced techniques are and what noob techniques are, because everything is all relative, and it's all time. It's just merely time. Practice. Practice, 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 practice. That's all it is. The Welsh Bloke. Yes, instant gratification is a real cultural issue at the moment. Yes, it is. It is. And, as new people, of course, they're younger and newer people, they get into this, they want to just jump right into, I want to do glowing hands on my miniature, but yet they can't clean the model. Clean the model first. Prime the model first. Learn how to do a smooth base coat first. Then get into that fancy stuff, the effects and things like that. It's like... Anyway, enough ranting. Tolo, Kris as Bob Ross meets Swedish chef painting happy little space marines on the shoulder pad while at a banana bar. Whoa. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what a banana bar is. Banana. Marco Farias. There's plenty of advanced tutorials out there for glazing, wet blending, etc., etc. Quick tips are supposed to be quick. Yes, exactly. It's breaking down the question. How do I paint the flames on a Space Marine shoulder pad? Then I show a way of painting flames on a shoulder pad. If you wanted to see realistic rendering of flames on a shoulder, it requires more time. That's not a quick tip. It's just like, how do I paint a Space Marine's color scheme? Well, a Space Marine color scheme is a whole Space Marine. That's not really a quick tip. Now, I've done it, but it's not really quick tip, and it actually takes a lot of time to do versus painting a skull on a shoulder pad, or doing different colors, styles of hair, or things like that. Like, those are quick tips. Those are quick, simple things that people, I want to know exactly how to do that, because I've done it on my model, but it doesn't look right. How do I go about with the colors to do something that's going to look good on my model? And any variation of blendings and stuff like that is just going to increase the quality of the paint job. But I mean, that's not what Quick Tips is about, right? So, yeah, I mean, like, it's not like Quick Tips is for me to show off how good I can paint. That's what I guess my main point is here. Is that's not what it's about. It's about answering your questions and getting you through your painting problems. Reziel Wargamer. I'm sort of here playing some X-Wing tournament today. Awesome. Cocking 555. Sorry, was painting a Vindicator. Sorry. Don't be sorry. Just send money. Anthony B. Mini Wargaming Crew Last Supper. Who would be Judas? Jeez. Josh, a Mini Wargaming Last Supper. Who would be Judas?
Well, do we have enough for the Last Supper?
Do you know who Judas is? Do you know who Judas is?
Yeah, that's the one that Lady Gaga did a song about, right?
Oh, shit. His response was, that's the one that Lady Gaga did a song about. Anyway, you know who Judas is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Smart ass. So who would be Judas in a Mini Wargaming Crew Last Supper? Who's
Jesus?
Who's Jesus? I don't know who's Jesus.
I don't know who any of us would be. I'm curious to see what the community would say.
Yeah, Mini Wargaming Crew. Yeah, I don't know. That's up to you guys, I guess. Really, it's who do you perceive as to filling those positions? Well, I mean, like, there's what 13 of them there. We don't have a crew of 13.
We're getting close, though, aren't we?
Yeah, we're only about, what, 8 right now? 9?
No, we're 11, aren't we?
Are we 11? Oh, are we counting auxiliary?
Colin, Luca.
Yeah,
we got Steve and
Steve.
Corp.
Steve and Cork.
Matt and Dave. Myself and Lee.
And myself.
And Rob.
Janine, that's 11, yeah. Huh. Well, there you go. That's 11. Dr. Xander, Kris, the link has been sent via email. Hopefully it works this time. Hopefully. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Dark Commission, Janine's painting tutorials are for longer, more in-depth projects. Sure. Yeah. Janine's is another one that, I mean, like, that's how she paints. And so what ends up happening is, with a lot of these painting videos, and with a lot of people who produce painting videos, you're watching the painters paint. And what's really interesting about the way watching many painters paint is that there are many ways to do things. There isn't just one exact solution for every little problem. There's many ways to solve a problem, and I think that's fantastic. I did a video for Adam, Tabletop Minions, where basically he was asking all these painters at Adepticon various questions, and I don't think anybody's answers meshed with anybody else's, which is great, which is fine, which is awesome, because, like I said, there are many different ways to reach a solution when you're trying to solve these little painting problems and modeling problems and things like that nature. And so, yeah, there's now some solutions might not be as efficient as others, but you know what I mean, like, that really doesn't matter. But yeah, like, I thought it was hilarious that not everybody gave the same answers, and everybody has a different way of approaching things, and that's true of all painters. Everybody has a different way of doing things, and you kind of have to find your own way to your own solutions. Because, I mean, I can sit here and go on about scale 75 paints, but if you can't get your hands on them, that does you no good, right? So then you have to go and find a paint line that do kind of, that you get used to, and you solve your own problems. And you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many factors at play that, it's just, the scope is just huge, man. It's just, but it's good. It's good that there's so many different people out there producing videos, because it gives you an opportunity to see what different things people are doing. And when you're painting for video camera, it's very different than painting for yourself. When you're painting for the video camera, it's very different. And when you're trying to create videos, and people are online are trying to create videos, they can either take their time and show you something very spectacular, and it takes them a long time to create those videos, then great. But otherwise, if they're going to, create videos at a pace that I create videos, which is 2 a day, then you're not showing, the highest quality of painting possible, right? And so, just the differences. Tolo, Chris is Jesus. He has the hair. Okay, I'm Jesus.
Are you?
Yeah, apparently, because I have the hair. Josh is Judas. Josh, you're Judas.
That works.
You betray me for 3 silver bits.
Silver bits, yeah. Sign me up.
Sign me up. Silver bits. For bits? For miniature bits? Quirk.
You know what? I think I would betray you for 3 old pewter minis I can't get anymore.
Oh my god, that should be the next mini war gaming.
Is I betray you for 3 old pewter miniatures?
Yeah, for 3 old pewter miniatures. That would be funny. Yeah, another one. Quirk is Judas. He's playing naked. I don't remember Judas being naked, but it might have been one of those things they left out. Russ Sandbags, are Eldar flyers any good in the new Forge rule book? How about the super heavies? Oh, I love the super heavies. And the new the points cost on the Nightwing and the Phoenix, they came down. They're still -1 to hit, but now they have a toughness and an armor save, so it's kind of different now. Whereas before they were only merely armor 10, and they had to keep moving to get that save, right? Whereas now they have a toughness, they have an armor save. They have the -1 to hit, so it all around kind of makes them, I think, a little bit more survivable. They don't really have that many wounds, but I mean, they're a light flying vehicle anyway, right? So they shouldn't have that many wounds. I like that the Nightwing. I love the fact that here. Let me see if I can grab one real quick here. I love the fact that he's a little dusty too. I love the fact that they incorporated finally a reason for the model to do this, right? For his wings back, he goes fast, and when he's in tactical mode, he's like that, and he's like, he's very, he's very maneuverable. Oh, jeez, this is a strong magnet. Anyway, but yeah, so Nightwings, I have not taken them on the tabletop yet. I haven't taken them for a spin. It's kind of cool that they've incorporated that now that they have that ability to change the position of the wings and not have a bearing on how they play. I think is very fascinating. I mean, Phoenixes, they spit out a ton of gunfire, right? So they're really, really great in that regards. They have very good, they can go either anti-tank role or anti-personnel role. I think they do an anti-personnel role better. And Nightwings are just really kind of good interceptors. They're just good flyers all around. A Nightwing came down in cost quite a bit. It used to be around, I think, the 200 mark, and now it's the 150 mark, which is 50-point drop, which is pretty good. So yeah, and of course the Vampire Hunter and Raider. I only have the Hunter, and I've yet to play with the new edition. I was going to take it to the tournament tomorrow, but apparently there's no Forge World, so whatever. I'm just going to take my Wraith Army then. Apparently my Wraith Army's been doing well, and the last tournament I took Wraiths, and that did well, and so I'm going to go Wraiths. I'm going to bring in Wraiths, so, you know. Anywho, coffee. I need a coffee. Hot coffee in a hot office. Whew, man. Like, look at my hair, man. It looks like I just got out of the shower. Jeez. Man. Look at the gray. Got grays going on.
You got lots of grays.
Lots of grays. Lots of grays?
Grays for days.
Grays for days. So in the Last Supper, you'd be Judas, possibly.
Why would I be Judas?
Because you're the betrayer.
How? What?
This is Quark, by the way, I'm talking to.
How am I the betrayer?
I don't know. Because you're a junkie and you'd do anything for silver. Because Judas was paid off by the Romans to betray.
I know the story.
Oh, you know the story?
I do know the
You
story.
cracked the Bible open once or twice?
I've seen the Bible.
You've seen it?
Well,
In the hotel rooms?
my old man was a minister.
Minister?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm not Judas.
Yeah?
No.
Just because he was a minister doesn't mean that he read the Bible. He could be also the Church of Satan, for God's sakes. I mean, like, you know.
Fair enough. No, I've heard the story. I didn't say I've read it. I said I
Yeah.
know the story.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, they're all saying Judas is Quark.
What?
Yeah, Judas is Quark.
You're all mistaken.
You're all a bunch of fickle mushheads.
Basically what I said without so many words.
No, Quirk is Judas. He says, no, I told you it was Josh, because they're saying it's Josh or Quirk. That'd be Judas.
Josh.
Yeah,
That's what I would betray you for. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Matthew Dami. Way the Brush, The Last Supper at the Bananen bar. What's a Bananen bar, Quirk? I don't know what that is.
A banana bar?
Yeah, banana. Apparently in Amsterdam, that's a thing. A Bananen bar.
Okay. I've never heard of it before, so.
Well, I don't know, because you're all about the whole beatnik culture, right? So
The what?
the beatnik culture.
That's a word I don't know.
Beatnik?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a kind of way of saying you're a freaking junkie.
I'm not a freaking junkie.
Look at you, came in here.
I'm dressed like a junkie today.
Dressed like Federline, for God's sakes. Q-Fed.
It's hot out.
It is hot out. I know, it's making people crazy. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so...
Shut up, Josh.
Matt, Q-Fed, yeah. So spread that around, people. Q-Fed. Feel free. Yeah, so Matthew, you win the prize today. The Last Supper at the Bananen bar. I like it. And it'll have like a whole bunch of pots and plants in the background. Just all of us sitting around the table, and I'll be doing big arms. Marco Farias, I love that tabletop minion video. Every artist was so different. Haha. Yes, you need a Winsor Newton. Hell no, you don't need one. Again, yeah, that pretty much sums it up, right? I mean, some people, they care for their brushes, and some people don't. And I'm flabbergasted by it. But hey, that's their MO. So I mean, it's not for me to say that they're wrong, that they're that they're doing it wrong. I mean, like, that's how they do it. And, I mean, like, how I do things, is how I do things. So, yeah. Tolo, Kris, get to the email. I need to go drop Nurglings off at the cesspool and switch computers real slow. Aye, gross. Why would you tell me that? Lord Krabby, get a bigger soapbox, Kris. You Citizen Kane, you. Citizen Kane, jeez Louise. Johnny Chopshot, Kris, when you use scale 75 paint for airbrushing, do you cut it, thin it? No, I don't actually. I don't do anything with it. I shoot it straight through the airbrush. It flows fantastically through the airbrush. Again, like as I mentioned in many videos, it is designed for both brush and airbrush work. You just plop it in. I mean, you can use a bit of thinner. If I ever do thin it, I think I use Vallejo's thinner. Because now Vallejo's thinner, it tends to have this very milky kind of look to it, and so it's actually kind of deceiving that it'll actually change the value of the color you're looking at, because it adds this kind of milky kind of quality. It's not a perfectly translucent, like, say, airbrush thinner, like Citadel's airbrush thinner, right? Where it's a perfectly transparent liquid. And so it can be kind of deceiving, but, it just lengthens the body and just, makes it, go a little bit further. And when you are creating very subtle fades, you even should thin colors like Vallejo Air or Citadel Air or Scale 75 color with thinner, just to get a much tighter gradient of color and a much more subtler fade on the model. What do you need? You're just standing there.
I was just coming in because I could see that you had tried the nail polish stuff. I want to see how it looked.
No, I haven't tried it yet.
No?
No, I haven't used, because I picked up thinner.
Oh, okay.
And that's a sneak preview for everybody. I am going to do a part 2 to the nail brush, nail polish.
Nail brush.
Nail brush. Nail polish. It's freaking hot in here, man.
I know.
I'm dying.
Well, that's because you got like a bazillion lights.
These are LED lights. These like have no heat. No.
It's like, okay, no, they're still fine. But
anyway, yeah, nail polish, color shift paint. This stuff right here, which looked really great because me and Cork went and go pick these up at a beauty salon, and it's just a couple of blokes walking into the joint, and
one looks like he's like a member of a biker gang. The other one looks like he's a cokehead.
Yeah, Q-Fed and Dr. Gonzo. So,
shut up, racist Josh.
Shut up, racist Josh. Yeah, quiet there, Judas. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think today, if I've got time, I'm gonna film this one today because I've already got a couple things prepared, so I'm ready to go. And so, yeah, we're gonna answer the question with this or about this, not this, but you get it. You ready to go?
Almost. I got it.
Here, let me see here. I'm gonna try to do this without spilling it all. Look at all this. This is Quirk's army for tomorrow. Is this all of it?
Yeah, that's all of it.
This is all of his army.
We're both bringing 1,500. I'm actually bringing 1,107, so I can summon in another 19 units of them.
Look at that. Can you guys even tell what all this is? This is all brimstones. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been seeing his updates on Facebook and on the channel and everything. Yeah, we're going to play tomorrow. 1,500 points. That's 1,500 points of brimstones. I'm taking Eldar. I'm going to go Wraith heavy. I'm going to take an Imperial Knight and,
an Imperial Knight?
Yeah, basically I'm going to have Imperial Knight? Did I say Imperial Knight?
You said.
Well, I'll take an Imperial Knight too. Why not? No, I'm taking Eldar. Why not? Anyway, yeah. So, yeah. Seriously, like you do. Sweet Judas. Marco, that's beautiful and also gross, Quirk. Yeah, it is.
I hear that quite a lot, actually.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna let you know because what I've been doing, what I've been doing lately at the tournaments is I've been tweeting, how the game's going, and I usually try and take like a picture or two and post that as well on Twitter. So anybody who follows me on Twitter, tomorrow I'll be posting updates of the games and how they go and stuff like that. Can Twitter post video?
I think you can post like a shorter video on Twitter.
Yeah, you can do a short video. Maybe we'll post a video or two.
I'm not sure, but
yeah, maybe.
Turns out this list can lose.
Oh, of course it can lose. Every list can lose.
Just requires me to not be able to run very far. And
Yeah.
only get off 7 smites out of 5 turns.
Yeah, that'll do it. I mean, it's relying on that. But I mean, it's only a 1 in 3 that you're gonna pull off smite on those little guys.
That's why there's 18 of them, and then all these guys can cast it on 2 dice.
That's gross. I've faced a list last tournament that was similar to this, but he had more bigger stuff, and I mean, I only survived because the guy was whiffing the rolls, thankfully, and of course it was the rolls that were the closest stuff, so I was just kind of hitting that. They come in with more stuff, they'd fail, I'd hit more of those, and so yeah. Lord of Midgets, Vine is Twitter, but was shut down. Yeah, there used to be Vine before. I remember Vine, because there used to be all sorts of crazy Vine videos and stuff. Cock King 555, you can periscope a video to Twitter. What's periscope?
That's a thing on a submarine that used to stick up so they
Get the frick out of my office.
I'm not wrong.
Freaking smart asses. Anyway, let's do an email, because I'm getting angry now.
Email time. It's email time.
This one is from Zachary. Overlord of the Monkeys. Just got my snake oil shirt. Pictures to follow soon. I just recently painted up some Victoria miniatures, Hexahem stormtroopers, as an idea on how I plan on painting my slow-growing Death Corp army. Any feedback is always appreciated. So this is his Victoria miniatures. Oh wow, these are pretty cool. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Let's go with this shot. So these are Victoria miniatures. I think for the cloaks, I don't think you really need to use that much grit on the end of the cloak. I think that you can just achieve that look with just bare color. I think when you're coming in with a brown like that, you could come in with a lighter brown, almost like what you did with the leather gloves, and just kind of lightly touch the ends of the cloth. But otherwise, these guys look really kind of cool. I like the color scheme. I don't know. What do you think, Josh? What do you got?
I love them. I've seen the work in progress pictures of these, so I wanted to.
Oh, that's the wrong button. No, that's the right button. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he did it here. He's got like no grit on the end of the cloth, and that looks a lot better. Oh, and he did do a light brown on there. Okay, so he's already doing it. It's just that first example, he wasn't quite there. So I guess maybe it was as he was working his technique out, he was liking the effect better. And it is better to go much more subtle. I think when you're doing this effect on the end of the cloak, I think you should dry brush it a little bit more and not lay it on so heavily and not so uniform either. In fact, I think one way you could also try and do it is by glazing the color on, thinning the color way down, and then just pushing downwards. So start with your brush stroke like a little further up and bring your brush stroke downwards, and then downwards, and then downwards, and then allow the color to build at the end, but you get this light translucent look at the bottom. And if you end up with any tide marks, that's okay, because it ends up, when cloaks get dirty and stuff like that, they end up with that tide mark anyway when you have like a really kind of dirty cloth. And so it actually can work to your advantage. Little plasma gun. Well, it's probably not officially a plasma gun. It's probably some sort of energy-based weapon. Because it's Victoria Miniatures, I'm sure she doesn't want to get sued. Now, is this a combination of snow and dirt on the base? I'm assuming. Very interesting. What kind of snow is that? It almost looks like it might be army painter snow, where it's that kind of granulated stuff. I don't know what the hell it is, but very interesting. Guy's off in the corner by himself. Weird.
It's a very artistic picture.
Yeah, this is very artsy. Anyway, good stuff though. It's good stuff. Yeah. Again, yeah. I mean, you can see how his technique is changing. I like the highlights on the cloak. I think I'd like to see a little bit more highlighting in the face, and I think that goes for overall with a lot of these guys, where I'd like a little bit more attention on the face and just a little bit more separation from the supposed dirt. Yeah. But otherwise, fantastic stuff. I really like these models. These are going to fit in great with a Death Corp of Krieg army. The color scheme is really, really cool. It has that whole World War I vibe. I think, yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more highlighting in the face just to help bring that out a bit more, I think. But, I don't know. What are your thoughts, Josh?
I really like it. I like the Victoria miniature stuff, though. And like I said, I'm curious to see what it can do.
Yeah.
Waiting for, like, the Rough Riders and the Commissars and that kind of stuff.
Well, she does ones that look like the Tanith. And I'd like to, I'm toying with the idea of picking up a unit or two of them and start like a small little Tanith force. Because I'd like to do one from, did you read Necropolis?
No.
Okay, Necropolis basically was the Tanith with the Volpone Bloodborne, which were like these stormtrooper guys. What they had described them, I think, with like purplish armor. Okay. And then there was the God, I can't remember what the tank company was called, but it was this general who was like this, famous general on the world, and the color scheme for theirs was kind of this mustard kind of yellowish color. It describes for all the tanks, and I'd like to do like an Imperial Guard army that was based off Necropolis.
That would be,
something character themed like that. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say characterful, but characterful, is that a word? Character.
It is. It's not the right word for it. Themed is right. Stick with
themed. We'll stick with themed. But yeah, those are really snazzy looking dudes. Mm-hmm. Snazzy. Do people use snazzy anymore? I don't know. Snazzy.
I do, but I talk like an old guy sometimes, so it's okay.
Oh, geez, wrong page. Let's go back here. And that was that dude. That's this dude. Okay, so let's do one more email before we carry on again into the silliness. This is from Nick, or Nicholas. Hi, Chris. I was hoping you could help me out with a question about painting power armor with an ice glacial motif. I'm in the process of creating a new Space Marine chapter with the new edition of Warhammer 40k and want to use my love of Battletech, particularly Clan Snowraven, as the theme. I've spent a bit of time looking at how to create a clean white with hints of blue and gray for the icy effect, but everything I've found is for basing miniatures. While the effects are awesome, I will most likely use them to base this army. I don't see a way to create a similar effect on a smooth surface like power armor. Do you have any advice on how to achieve this? Well, that's very interesting. I'm going to quickly look up exactly Clan Snowraven, just so that I kind of get the context of what we're talking about here. It's been a while since I've done Battletech, and so, oh, geez, it almost showed right away. Maybe I've already researched this. Clan Snowraven. So let's have a look here. Ooh, nice emblem. Very cool. And so you want to create this kind of glacial kind of snow kind of look on the power armor, which can be a bit of a challenge because, you know, to create that frosty kind of look. And I can't remember what the heck it's called when the frost is kind of standing up and it looks kind of fuzzy. You know what I mean? Like how the frost is kind of standing. That's very, very difficult to achieve on a model. I mean, the only ways I can think of kind of creating something to look like that is when you let super glue vapors collect on a surface. And that kind of has that look of frosting. I have never tried it myself, but I've kind of theoried on how I would utilize that to an effect on a model. The difficulty being how to control the effect, that being the difficult part. But creating that kind of glacial kind of snow kind of look. Basically what you could do is on all the, like say for example, on the low points of the shoulder pad. So say for example the shoulder pad. And you know how the shoulder pad has that trim? Well, the top part of the trim would be where snow might gather or frost might gather. So what you could do is say take a lighter gray kind of blue, kind of like Space Wolf gray or Fenrisian gray or something like that. Thin it down lightly, almost like a wash, and kind of pinstripe that in there. And then come in with say a really light gray like Uthran gray or even a white scar, thinned out a little bit, and then just apply as a tiny little line in that recess just to give you a bit of that kind of look there. Otherwise, yeah, getting that kind of frost kind of look on the armor, like painting it on, very, 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 very challenging. It really requires the viewer to interpret it in such a way. So you in fact would have to do the bases to look like they were frosted or snowy or something like that, so that the eye sees that the rest of this effect on the model is the snow effect that you're trying to go for. Doing actual snow effects on the model might be a little heavy-handed, so I wouldn't really go for that. And of course, you know, it's all an exercise in observation, because how do things look when they're frozen? Now, imagine a Space Marine if it was like, you know, 200 below zero kind of thing, and the armor is just like it's creaking as it's freezing, he's trying to move and he's trying to fight. If they were in the middle of a gunfight, would their armor really be susceptible to frost? Would their armor even reflect frost or like allow frost to gather? Or would the heat from the fighting and the armor and, you know, moving around, that they really wouldn't be a factor on them? Would snow even gather on a Space Marine in the middle of a fight is really the question. So to save yourself some pain in that regards, would snow even gather on the model? And so that might be even something to consider. Like, do you even really need to depict the snow on the model other than on the base? And if you're doing just a bit of a frosting and it's like more like a tundra, so there's earth but there's like little spots of frost, then I really wouldn't worry myself too much about frozen Space Marines too much. So hopefully, Nicholas, that kind of helps. Hopefully it gets you in the right direction. Feel free to email me if you want to, you know, clarify a few things. As I mentioned before, with the super glue, yeah, that's a theory and it's an interesting idea I've had as far as like creating that frost kind of look. But the hard part is controlling it. And so if anybody out there has any kind of ideas about how you would control that effect from the vapors of super glue gathering on a model, I'm all ears because I'd like to give it a try, and it's something I'm sure would be quite interesting to pull off. And I'm sure a lot of people out there are just like Nicholas, who want to do a frost effect on their models, but don't want to apply, snow onto the model. They just want to have that appearance of frost on that surface, that very slight appearance of frost. And so, yeah. So thank you for the email, Nicholas. Again, feel free to send me another one if you have any other questions. And yeah, where are we in these comments here? What time are we at? 1:20. Holy moly. Marco, oh my God, Chris went full dad mode. Full dad mode? What's full dad mode? I don't know. Oh, and I was yelling at Quirk. Where are we? Lord of Midges. You can use crushed glass with a snow effect. Yeah, but crushed glass, it could be a little bit chunky, right? Because it's good for creating that slushy kind of snow, kind of that wet snow look. Whereas pure snow, like, is solid white. And I like baking soda works really, really well. Crushed glass gives you a really good wet slush kind of look. Not so much, like when you mix it with baking soda and other compounds to give it that white and snow look, it looks really, really fantastic. But we're talking about like that frost, just a frost on that armor surface, and that's pretty tricky to achieve. Because again, it's such a small layer. It's not snow, it's just the frost, but it's obviously very visible. And I mean, like going in with lighter colors, like say for example, if you were to paint that effect on a shoulder pad, let's say for example it's an ultramarine, so it's ultramarine blue or what is it, McCraig blue, and then I would go up just a couple degrees, I'd add white to McCraig blue and draw in essentially the pattern of what frost might look like on that surface, which might have a few lines to it, might have a few kind of like fractal like shapes to it, and something like that. And I would create it just by, painting the armor in lighter tones. And it's as simple as that. But that requires the observation of what something would look like that's frosting. And I'm thinking like you doing the super glue thing as a way to actually physically represent it, So again, kind of tough. Dark Commission, would dry brushing white give a frost effect? You'd have to be very, very subtle, and frost doesn't gather quite like everything else. Frost often will build up uniformly on a surface, right? So if a surface goes this way, this way, this way, this way, it's going to be uniform. It's not like snow where it's going to gather, right? Frost, and of course, it's pure speculation as to where frost would gather on a power suit. Would frost even gather on a power suit? Because does a suit get cold enough that... Because, the suits are designed for outer space, right? For, like, the vacuum of space, for, dealing with space hulks and stuff like that. They never describe the suits getting frosty. They never talk about, the suits clanking from frost. So do the suits stay really, really warm? Is a Space Marine suit, even to see him, is he quite warm? Because the suit is fully powered, right? It's like fiber bundles and muscles and, Like it's all these electronics. So like, would a Space Marine suit even get cold for frost to gather on, right? Or would that surface have to be so cold that a Space Marine suit could freeze? In which case, that's pretty darn cold. Would their guns even work in that case? Because... does gunpowder freeze? And does gunpowder work when it's completely frozen? Josh, you're a gun guy. Does gunpowder work when it's frozen completely?
I haven't tried it yet.
Well, okay, so basically what you're telling me is you're no good to me alive.
I can't see you actually freezing it completely, because if there's moisture in it, then you got an issue with it anyways.
Right, exactly, right? And frost is going to gather if there's moisture in there. So if there is moisture in the bullet, it's not going to work.
If there's moisture in there, then your gunpowder probably might not work anyways, depending.
Well, even the primer might not even work.
Right.
Yeah. So if, because what the person is wondering is frost on a power suit. So a Space Marine power suit. Does a Space Marine suit stay at room temperature, where possibly the environment could get cold enough that it would freeze and frost would appear on the
I
armor.
think the suit would be too hot to.
Would the suit be too warm? Because in Space Hulk, right, they never describe Space Marine suits having to knock frost off their suits because they're in the vacuum of space, which is absolute zero, right? So the Space Marine suits don't have the issue of freezing, like Iron Man, right? Where you have to work out the frosting issue. They don't have to work that out because it's already been worked out. So would frost gather?
I don't think so.
And if it was so cold that you could see frost, would their guns even work? Because those are just conventional munitions that they fire.
Yeah. Well, in the lore, they describe Space Marine suits. Like, if you're just a regular dude standing in the same room as a Space Marine, you get a headache. Your teeth hurt because of just the energy that the suit puts out.
Okay.
Like,
so, like a vibration in the air.
Exactly.
Kind of, yeah, okay.
It's to such a high level, though, that you get, like, a migraine kind of headache.
Okay.
Your teeth start to hurt because
it's like standing next to an MRI machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Very similar to it.
Right, okay. So
With
yeah.
that much energy output, I doubt you get
yeah. And even if the suit was was actually like a micro vibration that it was just occurring, frost wouldn't gather.
No.
At any temperature because it's just moving. It's just, you know. So again, it's really how you do. It's how you imagine Space Marine suits. I don't imagine them frosting unless, of course, it was dead, turned off. The Marine was dead, and the planet was completely frozen, and he was long gone, and the frost gathered on him. So I really wouldn't worry about it. Of course, they show space holes with ice, with snow on them, but that's like big chunks of snow. And I mean, you can imagine, like, you know, if he was walking by and there's like a rooftop and, you know, big thing of snow fell on him. Sure, you know. But otherwise, I don't really see frost being an issue. Where are we in the comments? I'm completely lost. Oh, Josh is leaving now. He was just here talking. What the heck? Lord of Midget, space doesn't freeze you. There's nothing to transfer the heat into space. So while space is neutral heat-wise, it doesn't steal your heat because it can't transfer to anything. Interesting. We lose heat on Earth because the air takes it away. Sure. But in space, they often say that the further out you go, the colder it is, the cold of space, right? The dark side of the moon is completely frozen because it never receives any heat from the sun. I often said if you went out into space with no protection, that the sun would burn you on one side while space would freeze you in the shadow space, right? So you'd be cooking and freezing at the same time, effectively. So, you know, it's not that the vacuum is zero temperature, because we can create vacuum chambers all around here and they don't drop to zero. But space itself apparently is very cold. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going by grade 8 textbook information on space. Oh man. Later, dude. Marco Farias, a beautiful bolt weapon being called conventional sounds like heresy to me. Sounds like heresy. Holy man. Dr. Santos, video time? What video? Man, I mean, like, I gotta answer these things in order, man. So, oh, this video. You showed me this video like days ago. Hold on here. Okay, if all my shit crashes. Let's see here. Which one? Okay, I gotta do it this way then. Let's go screen capture. Let's try that. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. I didn't want it there, you dummy. I wanted it here. Whoops. Now we messed that all up. The things we do for our fans. All right, this is from Dr. Xantos because he's been pestering for the last hour or so to show this video. Here's this video. It better be freaking great, Dr. Santos. No, I did see this already. Now, who's that? Who's that sitting in the chair? Look at, see, this is why I don't like showing these things. Get freaking ads. Okay, who is that? Who was that cat? Ooh, nice. display cabinets. Lots of game tables. Fantastic stuff. Now, where is this game club, Dr. Santos? Where are you guys? What's the address? Can anybody come in and visit you guys? Somebody's coughing. Somebody's got TB, I think. Jeez. Better get that checked. Nice stuff, though. It's great looking. Is this like in somebody's basement? Is this the basement of a shop, or is this somebody's house? What's? I need the info, man. This is Bunker 34. Apparently, it's the 34th bunker. They have 34 more of these things. No, seriously though, Doc. Like, what's the info on this? You gotta give me the info on this, because I mean, like, I'm not just gonna show the video and not, have any info. Even your, let me see here. Description here. See, dude, there's nothing in the description. Like, where is this? What is this? Like, it's a really fantastic gaming space, but what do we got going on here? And why is there no talking? This looks like a fantastic gaming space. Look at everybody's armies. Ooh, that's cool. What do we got in there? We're not gonna get a focus on that. No, we're not getting focused on that. Do you guys got a Facebook page or something? You guys got a Facebook page where we can see some of those miniature galleries or stuff like that? Like, what are the hours of this joint? Like, what's going on? I need the info. Awesome. Some music, probably copyrighted music that I can't probably play right now on my friggin' channel. Awesome. Holy crap, that's a messy desk. Nobody's doing a lot of painting at that desk. Lots of books, of course. See, we get a shot of the books, but we didn't get a shot of the models. What the F? Ooh, look at the hammer. Nice hammer. And of course, see, more advertising, for frick's sakes. Anyway. What's the info on that place, man? What's the info? Like, where are you? This is, man, I can't even pronounce that word. Kupo in Finland. It's a clubhouse. Anyone can come in and visit. Do you guys have a Facebook page? Like, what's the link for the Facebook page? Because you should put that in the video description so that people who might be in your area or visiting your area can come visit you. But yeah. Lord of Bridges in before copyright violation. Yeah. I mean, it's a fantastic looking setup. It looks great. It looks awesome. It looks like, the place to be. In fact, what would be the Finnish expression for the place to be is really the question. But yeah, Lord of Midges, use AdBlock. I don't use AdBlock because I don't know. I just don't. I just click past it. I'm kind of immune to commercials, I think, is what it is. My brain just shuts off at commercials. I just tune them out. I don't even pay attention. Same thing with like TV. My kids will start flipping through the channels, and I'll tell them, I say, stop. Because what you're doing is you're exposing yourself to more commercials. And that's what they want. That's why commercial breaks for TV shows are all at the same times, right? They're at the 10-minute mark, the 20-minute mark, the 30-minute mark, right? The commercial breaks are all at the same times across all the channels because they know people channel surf when they you go to commercial break. And so when you are clicking through the channels and you're exposing yourself to more commercials, you're receiving more branding information as you keep clicking through commercials. So I don't do it. I don't play the game. I'll just zone out while the commercials are on and tune back in when my show's back on, right? Which is probably why I don't really watch that much TV anymore anyway. But yeah, you make yourself more susceptible to commercials by simply channel surfing. Stop channel surfing. Just, turn the volume off while the commercials are on so it's not annoying. But of course, some commercials are actually really kind of cool. Some kind of fun. Some are really funny. I used to like the ones for, I think it was like Comcast or something, when they had like Rob Lowe doing them. And it's like, I'm creepy Rob Lowe. And I used to love those ones. Those were friggin' funny commercials. But yeah, I don't channel surf. Where are we? Marco Farias. Yep. Filmed at the bunker here in Ottawa. All his new shorts are unreal. Huh? I don't get it. Anthony B. Did anyone watch the short film Zygote yet? Neil Blomkamp. Short film. Pretty awesome. No. Didn't see it. Marco, Raka is my fave. I have no idea what we're talking about here. Lord of Midgets, I enjoy radio commercials and I have no idea why. They're fun to me. Yeah, some radio commercials are actually pretty fun. Anthony B, the reptile aliens in that were insane. I hope to see more in that story. Okay. Dr. Santos, basically, we are open when someone with keys is there. We have a webpage, kufui.net, for all our communications. In Finnish, though. Okay. Yeah, you should put that in your description, though, in your video. Put that in your description. Hours you're open, kind of thing, you know. Put all your relevant information in that video description so that when people see that video and they go, hey, look at this. This looks like a lot of fun. I'm going to check these guys out. Where is this? You know? Ooh, I'm in the area. What are the hours? You know? Put all that information in there so that you get more and more people. Because ultimately, if you're going to have a game club, you want more and more people. Because if you charge memberships, that just means more collective money for the club. And of course, it means more players. More players means more games. More games means more fun. And who doesn't want to have more fun? Marco Ferris, I'll email you the short film, Chris, and we will get you up to speed, my dude. Okay. Lord Krabby, Gilliman coming out good. Awesome. Coming out good. Are you trying to pass him like a kidney stone or what? Matthew Dammy, I sent you the info on the Bananen bar in PM in Discord. Okay, yeah. Send it in Discord, man. Bananen. Let's do an email. Oh yeah, headphones.
Email time. Email time.
Man, just sweating in here. Where the hell is my email? There it is. This is from our buddy Guymere Ulfer, a.k.a. Carl. Hi, Chris. Just thought I'd check in to say hi and let you know that my latest project, I have got into Blood Bowl since the new box set release, and with a little inspiration from you guys at Mini Wargaming, with your 2 season and my love for the game and the love for alcoholic beverages on the weekend, and a buddy and I created Beer and Blood Bowl. And I have watched that channel. Some of you guys, I was watching it actually. They're playing a doubles game there yesterday, actually. It was pretty funny. I just like tuning in and listening to them because listening to them curse and stuff like that, I'm a big fan of Guy Ritchie films. And when I'm listening to all these guys from the UK cursing at each other, it's hilarious. That's the only reason I tuned in. I thought I would share with you and the monkeys, as I know you like light refreshments and a bit of Blood Bowl, and I'm sure a couple of monkeys do too. I'm sure a couple monkeys do. We have our own Facebook page and our own YouTube channel too, and have been going for about 2 months now. We're still working out things as we don't have the money and resources Mini Wargaming does, but we ain't SH Star T, and productions are improving all the time. All music and videos and artwork are written and produced by yours truly. We meet once a week and have a few bevies. Bevies, I guess that's beverages, and record our games and have a laugh and play the game as we think G-Dub intended, not the NAF way, with cages moving 2 squares per turn, etc. Interesting. This isn't a shameful plug, neither am I looking to exploit your worldwide superstardom to get likes and followers, but a genuine check us out and might like us kind of email. Anyways, enough rambling. Much love to you and the show and the rest of the fellow monkeys. Guymere Ulfer, a.k.a. Carl, a.k.a. Kaled, my music artist name. P.S. I know you don't like links, but here's the links to the YouTube channel and our Facebook page. And so, on the Facebook page, you just go to Beer and Blood Bowl and just, check him out. Give him a like. Give him a shout out. Of course, it's Carl. He does the email jingle, which preceded this email. And of course, you can check out his YouTube channel where him and his buddies, his blokes, his pals, his compadres, they play Blood Bowl. And of course, they imbibe a few beverages while they do. And it's actually kind of entertaining because as the game progresses on, they get slightly more spirited. And so it's entertaining. I was watching their games yesterday. It was a lot of fun. While I was working, I pretty much just had it kind of going in the background as, I was kind of listening to what they were doing and stuff. Again, Carl, though, what I would like to see from your battle reports, your gameplays, I'd like to have more commentary about, what is going where, like whose player number is doing what and where they're going to go. And, and yeah, I mean, like, it's really great that you guys show the whole kind of table and you show the dice rolls, which is fantastic. It keeps, the viewer invested as to what's going on in the game. But I think a little bit more commentary, I think would be helpful, because I noticed a lot of times, it'd be kind of a bit of dead space. I know a couple times there, I thought the feed had stopped because you guys were so quiet because somebody was in deep thought. And, so, but again, great stuff, fun channel. If you love your Blood Bowl and you enjoy, kind of that, not party atmosphere, but the atmosphere of a couple fellas enjoying some beers, having a game, having some laughs, and yelling at each other and calling each other names and screaming about their dice rolls, that's the channel for you. I don't know how much more of an endorsement I can give it, but that was it. Yeah, so I'm back into this page of emails. Sorry, I'm just getting my emails together here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so back to the comments. What time are we at here? Holy moly, we got 19 minutes left of the show. And what are we talking about in the comments? I have no idea. Mike Anthony B. Sounds like you'd be a microwave dinner. Yum. Yum. Marco Ferris. Guy Ritchie is so good. Revolver, baby. Dr. Zantas, my tablet is freaking out again. I don't know. Why is it freaking out? If people want more info about our club, I'm on the Discord with the Dr. Zantos name. Please DM me and I'll answer as much as I can. Awesome. So there you go. If you need to get in a hold of Dr. Zantos, join Way the Brush Discord, or the Discord channel on Way the Brush Discord channel on Discord. There we go. It's in the link below. All the information is in below. I mean, I don't know how much simpler I can make this for people. It's in the description below. Matthew Demi, I don't know if you've already answered this, but how is your Space Marine suit coming? I haven't worked on it any more than in the last video, so it's going very, very slowly. It's just time. I mean, there's so much stuff I want to get done. So little time. Arturo Petit, I'm dying here, mates. 2 weeks working Saturdays, and I'm here 15 minutes before the show ends. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, dude. Kind of a bummer. Aquamaster, Chris, look in the Not For Week Discord channel. No, I don't want to. Why? No. What is it? Oh, buffering? It looks like I'm trying to eat like a big ring. I don't know. Hey, man, I mean, it's not like I can control, the internets. Wait, can I? No, I can't. Let's do another email. This is from Frederick. Hey, Chris. Thank you for the nice critique last time. These are some of the models I've done lately, and I've been dipping my feet into OSL and some success, I think. I would love to hear your critique of my work. Best wishes and thank you for the great content. And how's he sign it? Frederick. Ooh, look at these. Here we go. Nice broad shot. Love the feathers on that standard bear. Love that. Love the highlighting on the cloth. Very, very nice. The bases look awesome. Very, very cool. The armor looks great. Nice and clean. It's golden. Color scheme works really, really nicely. The feathers. I'm just really liking those feathers. Those are just really nice. That standard bear. Let's have a closer look here. Let's scrutinize. Yeah, it looks really great. It's got like a Sotek green, up to a moot green almost, up to a white. Fantastic. Look at that. He's got a little bit of purple on those ones, kind of like peacock feathers. Yeah. Really nice and neat. Love the gold. Love the treatment on the gold. The faces, the highlighting on the faces is great. Good stuff. Ooh, the Green Knight. Look at this guy. It's the Green Knight. Man, I know you guys have heard me go on about 100 times about this, but I wish they would do Bretonians for Age of Sigmar. Games Workshop, if you're listening, bring the Bretonians back. Bring them back. Just bring them back. Really nice. I like the highlighting. Like the transition along the barding. Very, very nice. I often see these feathers and these feathers, or whatever, these plumes, I guess. I often see them as green. I think it's an interesting choice that he did this kind of gray-purple kind of color. I probably would have did them green. I probably would. In fact, I would have probably done this guy entirely monochromatic. I would have probably done everything green, but varying tones, like black greens, white greens, light greens. You know, varying tones. I'd have probably did him monochromatic though. Yeah, but very nice. You did him up kind of like he looks like he's real, like he's an actual dude. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, look at the base. Oh, look at the transition. Oh, look at that. I like that. I like the glowing on the base and how it reflects off the model. I really like that. That's really nice. That's the first thing I noticed, and then I noticed the glowing in his eyes. That was the next thing I noticed. Really nice highlighting in the face and the cloth. I love the OSL. It's very, very nice. Great job. I don't really have anything to say. I mean, it would be nitpicky, but I mean, really great job. I mean, like, I can only see you getting better and better at painting as you go on, as you get more and more practice. He looks like he's singing like an opera. He's like, ah. Very, very cool. Oh, I like that. I like the little leopard print on there. Very nice. Some elves. I think these were these the dark elves? I think these are the dark elves, the old dark elves. Or a combination of. Very cool. I like the color scheme. Nice and bright and bold. I think people are always shying away from bright, bold colors, and I don't know why. They just look so much more interesting on the tabletop. You know? I don't know why everybody's like, no, it's gotta be real. It's gotta look real. Shut up. Very nice work. Thank you for sending that in. That's awesome stuff. I love the Blood Bowl team. Very, very fun. Thank you again, Frederick, for sending that in. Feel free to send me more stuff and more updates and just more. Just send more. Where are we? In the comments. I have no idea. Arturo predict no email song? Oh, I was already into the email segment. Sorry, I was just kind of jump back into emails. I jump out of the pool for a second, then jump back into the pool, and jump out of the pool, and jump back into the pool, kind of thing, right? And I think the impact of the song would be lost if I played it every single time, right? Yeah, I think so, right? Where are we? Patent pending. Wow. The Welsh bloke. This is so much nicer than the latest Empire State Troops. Yeah, they're very cool. Marco Ferris, that green is unreal. Yeah, the feathers on those Empire troops, that was very, very cool. Very, very nice. I liked them. I thought they were fantastic. The paint jobs, the gold, the treatment on those troops, like were just awesome. That's to a high tabletop standard. That's a high tabletop. And, it's great stuff. I really like it. Sorry, I'm constantly been playing with my hair because it's apparently we don't like air conditioning around here. Turo Silvas, would it be stupid to paint pre-heresy space wolves in a similar bluish gray instead of the plain gray that they are seen today? Or is there some reason lore-wise not to? You know what? I'm not sure. Because the way the books show the pre-heresy space wolves, they are a darker gray. It's kind of a neutral, normal gray tone, right? But then for 40K, they are this blue-gray tone. Why the change? I don't know. Just maybe to make them distinct and different from the regular space wolves. Maybe that's why they did it. I have no idea. As far as how the lore is concerned, I'm not sure. But, you know, I think really it's probably just a distinction thing. It's just to make them, you know, distinct from their 40k brethren. Because, I mean, the only color schemes that are, like, the same as their 30k and 40k is Blood Angels. They're the only ones. Everybody else's color scheme is different. But even then again, I guess maybe Blood Angels might be different because Blood Angels are a deeper red, whereas 40k Blood Angels often have more of an orangey red to them, you know? So, I don't know. Who knows, really? You can do whatever you want. They're your models. You want to paint them up like 40k Space Wolves? By all means, do it, you know? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Dr. Xantos. They're your models. Paint them the way you want. Exactly. That's exactly it. Where are we? Anthony B. Kris, you need a shotgun, a beer at the beginning of each show. Shotgun, a beer. I might. Well, again, as people have been supporting me on Patreon, supporting the latest upgrade that I'm going to be shooting for. So basically, probably at the end of the month, I think I'm going to pick up the capture card, everything like that. And of course, everybody continues to support. It's fantastic. It supports other projects I got in mind. And of course, you know, doing Way the Brush basically from home is part of the goal because, man, my house is not this hot. But yeah. Dark Commission, it's too late, but episode 64 live from the Sweat Lodge. Yeah, it's not quite as hot as a Sweat Lodge, but it's almost there, man. I mean, like, I'm glistening. I mean, my hair, look at my hair, man. It's just, whew. Hold on, we gotta fan it out here. What? Stephen Gillard. I call my demon army the Shadows of Chaos. Just prime them black and job was done. Well, okay, sure. You can just prime them black and, you know, done. But is that it? Like, you didn't paint the eyes and the teeth and, you know, stuff like that? Like, I mean, you know, you can do a black paint job. There's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, I mean, pick out a couple details, you know. You don't have to go completely lazy and, you know, yeah. Marco Ferris 164, Glistening Kris. Tolo, Kris meme challenge accepted. Kris meme challenge accepted. What? Kris meme challenge? What's a Kris meme? It sounds like Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme. I could go for a Krispy Kreme right now. Tolo, check not for the week. Oh no. Tablet dying, gotta go. See you, monkeys. See you later, Dr. Santos. Not for the week. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. I normally don't eat donuts, but when I do, chocolate with full retardant is the way to go. It doesn't really look a donut, though. It looks more like a donut sandwich. Like it's got the filling. It's more like a Boston cream. Oh, man. Anthony B. Live from the Sweat Lodge near Bananen Land. Bananen? Banana Island. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. Oh, man. I can't even concentrate here. I'm just, like, frickin' dying. Matthew Dammy, you need to give Quirk a palm frond and have him fan you in exchange for a jug of cleaner that he can huff. Quirk, are you still here? Yeah. Quirk's still here. I thought you left. Oh, okay. Somebody says, Matthew Dammy says that you have to fan me with a prawn. What is it? A palm frond, and I'll give you a cleaner that you can huff. Oh. You have to fan me. Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's sweet. And then I give you a cleaner that you can huff. Here, I got some hand sanitizer.
Oh, yeah?
You can drink that.
My insides would never be so clean.
Wait, I got the nail polish thinner. You can huff.
Just open that in a room, will be fine.
Or I got the lacquer thinner. That's just gasoline essentially.
Where's the lacquer?
Yeah, lacquer. It's over. Yeah, no, it's in the back. It's back there. See, he's got the K-Fed going on right now.
Now I just need a rag.
A rag? Oh yeah. A bottle of ether.
I'll be in the back.
Dor Jr. Kris the Quirk. Oh, Hecubus. Do you remember Hecubus?
Sounds familiar.
Kids in the hall. And he's like,
Oh.
the vampire is serving Hecubus, and he comes up. Lord of Midgets drug dealing live on YouTube. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Lord of Midgets says, I may regret screen capping Kris and his half-eaten ring. Because it was like a buffer, and the little YouTube ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I was like this. I know the ring's in my mouth. Dark Commission, huffing the cleaner. The Char Ladies Union won't be pleased. The Char Ladies Union?
The heck is the Char Ladies Union?
What's the Char Ladies Union? Yeah, I don't know. Matthew Demi, in Steve's video, the reason Quirk was naked was he sold his clothes for glue he could huff. Is that why you sold all your clothes?
No,
I thought you burned them because you had crabs.
it was something else. I think it's email time.
You know what, G Squared, you're right. It's email. Hey, geez, you're almost knocking stuff over here, man. Calm down. Calm down.
There's nothing I can knock over that won't make a mess.
Yeah, Lord of Midgets, hey kid, you want some plastic cement? What, you going to go hit the schoolyards later?
Hey, I gotta do a drug test. Pee in this bag, I'll give you $5.
Yeah, pee in this bag, yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Wristband. Humidity is killing here. Running an Awada Ninja compressor and water in the line is building up. Can anyone recommend a good humidity catcher that would collect to the underside of the airbrush? I think what you need is a dehumidifier in your workspace. I think that'll probably do you best. And just run that son of a gun 24/7, I think, while this humidity is hanging around. That's what I have in my basement, in my work, and at home. I kind of wish I had one in here because it's humid as hell in here. It's crazy. But yeah, definitely though. Because I mean, if you have the moisture trap on your airbrush line, that's usually good enough to catch most of the heat. Now, I know sometimes, like I know Steve has this problem sometimes with his compressor, that it still just gets really, really hot, and the line is just full of moisture. Even with his moisture trap, he doesn't clear the moisture trap too sometimes, but still, it's still just, there's tons of moisture in the line, and he's got to stop, and you can only go for so long. But of course, a dehumidifier in your workspace, that probably would help the most, because again, it's going to draw most of that ambient moisture out of the air and allow you to, at least get onto some normal type of painting as well. Dark Commission, Char Ladies are female cleaners. Oh, okay. I didn't know. Is that what they are? Awesome. Spite you had to leave us. Stephen Gallod, just kidding about the Black Army. Oh. Well, why would you kid about that? Because I know there's people who've done that. Mark Hill, episode 64, drug abuse and dealing banana bars. Tolo, okay, did another Kris meme. This is better. Oh, geez. Brisbane, got it running. Awesome. Good to hear. Lord of Midgets, please don't pay kids to pee in bags. It might be Canada, but you're weird enough putting milk in bags. Kids pee is when the cops turning up and you get to see Bubba's pee-pee. Oh, man. Yeah. We can't go any lower than that, than kids pee. So I think we because it's 2:00 now. I was gonna jump to another email, but we could save that. This one's actually not that long ago, so we're catching up. So feel free to keep emails coming. Of course, if you have any questions, comments, you want a critique on some work, you want some help with your color scheme, or you just want to show off what you're working on, send it to Kris@miniwargaming.com. It's in the description below. Of course, join me on Facebook where we continue the discussion. Of course, we're also on Discord. Everything's in the description below. Of course, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Patreon. I've got a few supporters on Patreon who've been helping out, and my huge thanks to them as well. Of course, they're the guys. You know what? I was toying with this idea that I think if my Patreon hit a certain point, I would stop commercials in videos. I was thinking about that. But I would have to hit a little bit more But yeah, I was thinking that, I don't know, does that really matter to people? I mean, I guess a lot of you guys might have like ad blockers on your browsers anyway. Does it even matter? Would it even affect you? Do you even care? But either way, yeah, that was one of the things I was thinking of. Of course, too, for a lot of the Patreon, everybody's been really great about donating and stuff like that. And so, again, really, really awesome. I was really skeptical about, starting it and doing it, but support has been really great. And so I'll continue to do it, and it is going to help make things better. So trust in that. Of course, Way the Brush t-shirts, another way to help out. And of course, look like a connoisseur of everything that is right and holy in this universe. What else? Discord's the biggest one, biggest update, I think. We've been having a lot of fun in there. We just talk live. I usually have the thing up all the time so that if anybody has any questions, 24/7 kind of thing, I just answer and, we talk. And, we can head over to the voice chat and we can just talk personally or whatever. I was thinking about having it as a perk for the Patreon supporters, that they can have like a one-on-one kind of conversation. We talk about whatever you want and, what have you. But otherwise, yeah. I think we covered a bit of ground today. I think we got through a lot of emails. QFed, you got any other closing things to add?
Don't call me QFed.
Okay, don't call him QFed. Don't call QFed QFed. There we go.
Oh.
I don't even know if half these guys remember what QFed is.
Probably not.
Probably not. I'm not going to explain it. But, yeah. I was just talking about ads.
Wait, what was Cupid from?
Federline.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's a white trash looking dude. Because he was, married to Britney Spears, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And he just got famous because he married Britney Spears.
Oh, okay.
So is that what you're waiting for? You're waiting for your meal train?
Maybe.
So, again... it's all wet in there too. Don't.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
You gotta go wash your hands now. Don't lick your finger. Tastes like peanut butter. Blech. Take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you. I will see you guys next week. Hopefully it's not as freaking hot in my office, but it might be. I don't know. But anyway, enjoy the day. Again, like, subscribe, comment, and join me on Discord, Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, all that goodness. I'll see you guys later. I think I'm getting delirious from the heat. I think that's what it is. I'm just kind of losing it, I think. And this is the wrong freaking mouse. Maybe I'm having a stroke. I don't know. But either way, peace out.